Hi, my name is Christian Karlberg and I'm the designer of Goetia 9 Kings of Solomon. In this video I'll be showing you how to do a two-player setup of this game. So first let's unpack everything. Alright guys, so here we have all of the components in Goetia 9 Kings of Solomon. So just follow along in this setup and you'll do fine. Let's start off by removing all of these wooden components, these metal coins, these cards, starting player token, these discs, and the reference cards, I won't be using them at all in the setup, so let's just put them back in the box. All right, so let's start off by setting up the scribe boards. There are 12 scribe boards in the game, and each of them has these class symbols at the very bottom of the card. So what we want to do first is to organize these so that we have 3 stacks. So these are with the 1s. Here are some 2s. There's another 2, and this is a 3. All right, so we have them sorted out. So all of the 1s are here, 2s and 3s. So let's build 3 stacks of these. So we randomly pick 3 and remove 1 from the game. So these are the class 3 scribe boards. And on top of that, we add class 2 scribe boards. And this is just randomly, but it has to be 3, 2, 1. So we need the 1s as well. All right. So let's move these scribe boards to the side like this. Like that. And let's bring out the metal coins. On each of the scribe boards there are some markings in the circle. So this place, for instance, wants 2 attention, and this one wants 3, and this one wants 2. All right, so we're finished with the scribe boards. Now let's focus on the demonic cards, or the world cards. So first we need to pick out these cards. Let's separate them into decks. So these are the world edge cards. We'll do these later. These are the white cards. We'll do those later as well. But first, let's sort these cards. So we can put these into 3 different types of stacks. So let me show you. We have, for instance, this one has 3 worker spaces. Let's put all of the ones that has 3 worker spaces in one stack. These have 2, so let's put those in a stack. This one has 4, so there will be 3 stacks of cards with 3, 2, or 4 spaces. All right, so for 2-player setup, we will be using 1 card from the 4 worker spaces, 2 cards from the 3 worker spaces, and 6 cards from the 2 worker spaces. It's important how we place these cards for the balance of the game. So we have to pretend there's a grid here that will consist of 9 cards, so 3 times 3. So first, let's start from the 4 worker places. So we can just shuffle these and pick 1. And this is a class 2 demon, which means that he will go in the middle column. And let's continue with the 3 worker spaces. We shuffle these. And it's important that we have unique demons in the deck. So for instance, if I would draw this one, we want to have 2 cards from this deck. But this demon already exists, so we cannot use that one. Let's just not use it. And then we will take this one. It's a class 1 demon. That one goes closest to the scribe boards. Remember, we were supposed to draw 2 cards from this deck, so we draw another one. And this is a class 3 demon, so he goes on the furthest away from the scribe boards. And now we will draw 6 cards from this deck as well and place them in the appropriate column. Like so. These are the world cards. and there's no duplicates, so we can now flip them. And this is our randomized starting setup of the world cards. Let's continue with fixing the World's Edge cards. So you have these cards that have these discount symbols at the very top. Let's arrange them so that they look, or everyone facing the same way, like this. Some of these have a purple shimmer or background. These have also a purple background on the back. Let's sort those out and put them furthest away from the scribe boards like this. All of these purple cards are identical. And then we will randomly put 6 of these 9 cards at the edge of the world, like so. Since we're doing a 2-player setup, we will take these discs and put them on the world edge cards, covering up 2 of the worker spaces like this. Players will now proceed to take their workers. So if we're playing with red and yellow, we take all of these workers and place a worker from each player into each World's Edge card, covering one of those discount symbols. There will be 1 worker left from each player. We'll put these together with the general supply, which we have over here. These can be sorted for your convenience as well. So let's put these guys here. These have been these are sacrificed workers, and they may be resurrected later in the game. All right, so let's fix the white cards. So these must also be sorted into decks. So this one has 3 worker spaces, 3, 3, 3, and this one has 2. So let's sort them into these 3 piles. And all of these should have only 1 worker space. And then we have cards which has 0 worker spaces. So when doing the 2-player setup, we will be using the decks from the ones with 0s and the ones with 1s. So we take those and we remove these cards from the game, put them back into the box, shuffle these. We draw 9 of these cards and put them at the corner over here. All right, so let's fix the final part, which are the pact cards and the demon cards. So sort out all of these cards into their stacks. So we have all of the pact cards here, for instance. Let's start with those. For a 2-player game, we will be using 6 cards from here. So we shuffle them and put 6 of those cards furthest away from the scribe boards over here. And the remaining cards are put back into the game box. And we can now sort the demons to make it easier for us to find all of these cards. For a 2-player game, we will only be using 2 cards from each demon. So King Belial, for instance, here's 2 cards from him. Let's put these to the side for easy access whenever we conjure these demons. And that is the setup of Goetia 9 Kings of Solomon. Now we are ready to start to play the game. So enjoy and check out the other video where I'll be explaining all of the rules. Thanks.